The Panama Canal is set to witness a 36% drop in crossings.
Extreme drought in Panama is forcing authorities to substantially scale back shipping through the Panama Canal.
This new canal will destroy the Panama Canal. For over 100 years, the Panama Canal has been a key route for global trade. But now, a new project is in the works, one that might just challenge the Panama Canal's dominance, the Grand Nicaragua Canal. This ambitious project, if completed, could not only compete with, but potentially outperform the Panama Canal. The idea of a new canal brings excitement, but it also raises a lot of questions. Will this new canal truly succeed? What impact will it have on trade, the environment, and the people of the region? Well, let's find out. The Panama Canal is one of the most significant engineering achievements of the 20th century. When it opened in 1914, it completely transformed global trade. Before the Panama Canal existed, ships had to take the long and dangerous route around the tip of South America. This added weeks to their journey and was risky due to rough seas. The construction of the Panama Canal provided a shortcut that saved both time and money, making it a game changer for shipping companies worldwide. The canal connects the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans, allowing ships to bypass the lengthy journey around Cape Horn. The canal wasn't just important for trade, it also became a symbol of technological advancement. Building the canal was no easy task. It took over 10 years to complete and came with significant challenges, including diseases like malaria and harsh working conditions. But the result was worth it. The Panama Canal became a vital artery for global commerce, handling thousands of ships every year and generating billions of dollars in revenue. Even though the canal was expanded in 2016 to accommodate larger ships, its limitations are becoming apparent again as ships continue to grow in size. That's why some are looking at alternatives like the Grand Nicaragua Canal, which promises to handle even bigger vessels. But will it live up to expectations? Well, stick around to find out. The Grand Nicaragua Canal is a planned waterway that will stretch across Nicaragua, connecting the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. The idea behind it is to provide an alternative route for shipping that can accommodate the world's largest vessels. Ships at the Panama Canal, even with its recent expansion, simply cannot handle. Proposed by a Chinese company, this canal is designed to be bigger and better. At 173 miles long, it would be nearly 3 times longer than the Panama Canal. The canal will also be wider, meaning that super tankers and cargo ships carrying up to 400,000 tons of goods will be able to navigate through it. Compare that to the Panama Canal, which, even after its expansion, still has limitations on ship size. The Nicaragua Canal's size advantage doesn't stop there. The locks, which are the sections of the canal that lift and lower ships, will also be larger and more modern. This means faster passage times for vessels, reducing the time ships spend waiting to transit. For shipping companies, this translates into cost savings, which would ultimately make the Nicaragua Canal a more attractive option for businesses worldwide. In addition to its size and capacity, the Nicaragua Canal could potentially offer a shorter route for certain shipping lanes, cutting down on travel time between key ports. This could shift traffic away from the Panama Canal, making the Grand Nicaragua Canal the new favorite for international trade routes. The idea of the Grand Canal isn't new. It's been talked about for over a century, but it has never been built due to various challenges, including political instability and environmental concerns. However, the project gained momentum in the early 2010s when a Chinese company, HKND, was granted a concession to build it. Since then, the project has been surrounded by controversy, delays, and skepticism. Despite the challenges, supporters of the canal believe it could revolutionize global shipping, offering a quicker and cheaper alternative to the Panama Canal. But with construction yet to begin, the big question is whether this ambitious project will ever see the light of day. The economic impact of the Grand Nicaragua Canal could be enormous. For starters, it's expected to create thousands of jobs during construction, bringing a significant boost to Nicaragua's economy. But the real impact would come once the canal is operational. By offering a faster and cheaper alternative to the Panama Canal, this Grand Canal could attract a large portion of the world's shipping traffic. Right now, about 6% of the world's cargo passes through the Panama Canal. If even a fraction of that traffic's redirected to the Grand Canal, it could shift the balance of power in global shipping. Countries and companies that rely on maritime trade, especially in Asia and the Americas, could save both time and money by using the Nicaragua route instead of the Panama Canal. The canal could also open up new economic opportunities for Nicaragua. With increased trade passing through the country, there would be potential for development around the canal zone, new ports, infrastructure projects, and related industries. And this could transform Nicaragua into a major player in global trade, a position it has never held before. Like any major construction project, the Grand Nicaragua Canal isn't without its downsides. Environmentalists and local communities have voiced concerns about the impact the canal could have on the region. One of the biggest concerns surrounding the construction of the Grand Nicaragua Canal is its potential environmental impact. The canal would cut through rainforests, wetlands, and possibly even Lake Nicaragua, one of the largest freshwater lakes in Central America. This raises alarm bells for environmentalists who fear the destruction of habitats, ecosystems, and the loss of biodiversity. Lake Nicaragua is particularly a sensitive area. It's not just a crucial water source for local communities, but also home to unique species of fish and wildlife. Construction in this area could have irreversible effects on the local ecosystem, affecting both animals and people who rely on the lake for their livelihood. There are also concerns about the social impact. Thousands of people could be displaced by the project, forced to leave their homes and communities to make way for construction. These are often small farming communities, and relocation could be a major disruption to their way of life. Many locals have protested against the canal, fearing that it will benefit foreign companies at their expense. Despite promises from the developers to minimize environmental damage and compensate displaced communities, many remain skeptical. The fear is that the economic benefits of the canal could come at too high a price, one that Nicaragua and its people might not be willing to pay. Beyond the economic and environmental impacts, the Grand Canal also has major political and strategic implications. The canal isn't just a shipping route, it's a geopolitical tool. If completed, it would give Nicaragua, a relatively small and underdeveloped country, a key role in global trade. This could shift the balance of power in Central America, bringing more influence to Nicaragua. Then there's the question of China's involvement. The canal project is being led by a Chinese company, and this has raised eyebrows around the world. Many see this as part of China's broader strategy to expand its influence in global infrastructure and trade. By building a new canal, China could gain significant control over one of the world's most important shipping lanes, challenging the U.S. and other nations that currently benefit from the Panama Canal. The Panama Canal has also been exploring ways to attract new business. This could include lowering the fees for ships passing through the canal, offering faster service, or finding new ways to appeal to shipping companies. The goal is to make sure that the Panama Canal remains the top choice for global trade, even if the Grand Nicaragua Canal is built. Hey, if you found this video interesting, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more deep dives into global issues. So, what do you think? Will the Grand Nicaragua Canal become the next big thing, or will the Panama Canal remain king of the seas? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.